Okay, we're live. Are we live, ladies and gentlemen? Shout out to all my fans. You know who you are. Shout out to all the people that think this video is for them. This video is for you, lucky persons. Today, we're going to talk about engineering. We got some homework to do, but we're going to talk about God. Hi, family members and loved ones, and all my fans. Autographs for all of you. Bye. Did you leave? Are you hovering so you can see it without seeing it? You silly rabbits. Today we're going to talk about a lot of things, but back to business as usual. We're going to start by talking about God. Let's talk about God. Let me show you the power of God. No matter what people may try to do, God sees everything. Sometimes people try to attack and shit like that. They don't know that the best offense is the best defense. So we're going to write down every aspect of it. Check it out. And you see that? See what that says? See what that says right there? For those that thought it was a game. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is story about God in real life as I am living it. So a great chapter of my life was closed and a new beginning, a new chapter of my life has begun. In my journey, I didn't have anything. God gave me a few things. Some came with some challenges, some didn't. I had no money to get here. It was 200 pesos, about $5, maybe 350, 375. Got to the airport. I had $4 and change in my card. I came to the cafeteria. I bought me an order of rice. To my surprise, there were two rice options today. One had corn. I know I'm on a military mindset and I'm on a mission right now. So, to prepare for battle, I have to take in all of the carbs that I can, all the energy that I can, right? Even if I don't want to. I'm diabetic. No insulin, no metformin. My body has been deprived for many, many days. I order because I know I have $4 and change in my card. I have more than one card. I cannot use my other card in this country. The card that I could use, that was the change left from purchases, and because that's the only amount on it, I can use it. I can't refill it or anything like that. It has to be spent. I come to the cafeteria and the rice is 200 pesos. So I'm calculating in my head, yo, what's the exchange rate? I select the rice that has the corn because that's an extra nutrient that my body's going to naturally need. Now, for the same 200 pesos, now I have corn. instead of having to buy it on the side, because if I buy it on the side, it's an additional charge that I cannot afford. I select the rice. The lady open up the kid, looks out like a window, hooks me up with the rice. She gave me a lot of rice. She was like, yo, you're not gonna eat nothing else? I said, nah, I don't eat meat like that. I've been fasting, but can you put some of the meat sauce? She didn't put one scoop. She didn't put two scoops. That was God. The one for her, one for God. She didn't put three scoops. That was for me. She put four, five scoops for my future, for my loved ones. Some of the very toxic people that are watching, you see how they tuned in? Because they're subscribed to my channel. Sat down to eat. I couldn't pay at one register, so I had to go to the next one. When I go to the second register, lo and behold, I still had $2 and some change left. I couldn't get a water, so I was asking for a cup of water and ice. They couldn't do it because you have to buy the bottled water. So, long story short, I realized I have enough. I've been blessed. The exchange rate was to my favor, my advantage. And I go all the way to the back and I find the real cold soda, but it's a Coca Cola Zero. So it doesn't have the sugar that I need. I'm diabetic. My heart's racing. I'm about to faint. I came on a long journey. I walked miles and miles and miles. Um, I took a bus. Then I had to get on a motorcycle. When I got on the bus, remember I had $200 in cash. It was supposed to be 75, but they could tell that I was a tourist. You know what I mean? The way that I'm dressed and the fact that I'm going to the airport. So what did they do? They charged me 100, 75 tip for the driver and the guy that's collecting. So 10 for the collector, 15 for the driver, or however they want to split it up. But I'm already short. They dropped me off at the motorcycle spot. He gives him the sign like this nigga's going to the airport. Quote unquote, charge this nigga more, right? Now I know that it's only 60 pesos to get to the airport. So I figured I give him 60 plus a $40 tip because, God bless him, that's all I got. So I asked him to see where his mind is at. And nigga says 200. For $100, there's a bus that I didn't even have to walk to, and I didn't even have to take the motorcycle and would have dropped me off inside the airport without me having to walk once I got to the airport. So that nigga, yo, that's all I got. But I'm looking around, make sure it's desolate. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to catch a charge and shit. All right, military mindset kicks in, survival mode. I got a mission, if I got to deploy to the airport, I'm ready. I'm battle ready, right? Battle born, battle tested. I tell him, look, let me go in the airport. Maybe at the exchange, I can, pull out, or not pull out, but swipe and maybe get the $4 that I had in change. But then I told him, I said, yo, I have my glasses. If you want them, they're not that much. They're like, maybe 10, $20. You know what I mean? So now in his mind, he's like, yo, they're at least $10. That's 600 pesos. If they're $20, that's 1,200. So he thinks about it for a second, and he says, all right, we could do that. Give me the 100 pesos and give me the glasses. I said, yo, I'm an artist. Let me give you an autograph. You could take them. Someday they'll be worth a lot of money. It's like, oh my God, thank you, this, that, and the third. But see, niggas don't know where I'm from. When I got off the bus and I got on the motorcycle, few people in the pasola was creeping up. They were trying to take the headphones, the glasses, or my backpack. Now you know I got my pacemaker. That's my heart. I can't let them do that. You got to kill me to take that shit. Because if not, I'm gonna die, right? God forbid, right? So I'm peeping game as he's trying to slow down. You know I'm right. You. I just want to be close enough to fucking deck you, nigga, while I'm on the highway doing 80 and shit on the motora. I already in my mind, yo, I'm gonna hit this nigga. He's gonna fall. I'm gonna put that nigga in the Blanca real quick. After I fucking hit him with an 18-piece combo, I'm out with this nigga's bike. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And if the driver put him up to it, I'm gonna put that nigga in the full Nelson too. All right. So I peep game. They try to have the car come back close. He had to go to the right. The nigga's right there on the right, and he's going mad slow. But let me show you the power of God. Right there on the side of the road was a bus pulled over. Tourists in front of it. Something had happened. So they don't have a choice. Now the nigga trying to act up got to go to the front. The nigga in the thing in the car next to me, he got to pass. And now it's just me and this nigga. What you gonna do? You gonna hit the bus, or you gonna hit your homeboy in front? So he got to veer. And when he veers, I go the opposite. So now he got to balance the motorcycles. You know, I ride bikes and shit, so I know. So when he veers, I let him see the mirror just enough for him to know that I could just, and you gone, baby. All I need to do is hit you once. Bye bye. I was gonna say some petty shit. I ain't gonna say it. So now I'm playing the role. All right, we at the airport. We passed that gate. I'm like, all right, now you mind because there's cameras everywhere. B. Military mindset. All you gotta do is back me into a wall, and I could use deadly force, nigga. Lethal force. Power of God. So now I get here, and I'm like, yo, what you want to do? You want me to go to the bank, or you want to take the glasses? Because I'm giving him the way out. You got your 60 pesos. I gave you a $40 tip. I gave you my sunglasses and an autograph. Now you feel guilty. Oh shit, we was about to do some bullshit. I get to the airport. Got $4, whatever cents. Ordered the rice, comes with corn. Asked Shorty for the scoop. She gave me the scoop. Little pieces of chicken fell in there. I was like, yo, I'm gonna marry you. The power of God. Thank you for the like. So I know you're listening. This is for you. I start eating. I didn't have a choice. I had to go get a soda. I looked at my thing, still had a few dollars. I asked the shorty, I said, yo, how much is the price? I look at the price. I barely just had enough. I didn't have to get a water, but I needed a water because I'm diabetic. So I bought me a soda, but here they jerk you. They sell you half the soda in an elongated bottle. So now I go back to the bar where your boy was like, yo, I can't give you water with ice because you know you got to buy the bottle. And I said, yo, listen, I bought the soda because I'm diabetic. I need the sugar. I need the glucose. But I also need to drink water. I'm diabetic. You know, I'm going to pass out. I'm going to faint. He gives me a cup of ice. All right. I sat down, start eating. I need a little bit of salt. Mind you, there's mad bad shorties everywhere I look. I'm like, God damn, everywhere. So now I leave the table, but I got my pacemaker, I got my laptop and stuff in there. But when I do, I run into the most beautiful baby. This little girl is the angel sent from heaven. And as I'm, flirting with the baby's flirting back with me. You know, babies can see your aura. They can see your spirit. You know what I mean? So the baby's with the mom. I'm like, yo, she's so beautiful. God bless. And I'm telling the mom. And then a few minutes later, as I'm getting ready to order, I see the husband. I say, yo, God bless your baby. So beautiful. He's like, yo, thank you so much. I just came on a little vacation with my family. This and the third. When I go to the counter, you know what he just left? Two brand new motherfucking iPhone. The professional shit. Them shit's like 2,500 a whop. The power of God. The guy that just said what's up to the baby, the guy that just said what's up to your wife, the guy that just helped you with your carriages and your bags, went to go order a rice, got a little bit of corn, asked for a little bit of the sauce. I got 5 scoops and a piece of chicken, same price. Finds both of your iPhones, grabs it, drops his food, leave my fucking machines on the table, run to them and say, yo, the wife was like, oh my God, thank you. And I said, yo, God bless you. God is with you. The lady that helped me, she hooked me up with the salt. So now I sit down, I feel great. I did a great deed. My charity for the day is done. God is my win, is my heart. So I sit down and I start eating, just reflecting. I go to another area because I need to get the internet. When I go there, I'm able to get water and ice, and I'm able to put some stevia, some sugar, and some cinnamon to boost up my thing. The soda, I drank it really, really fast because I needed the kick. Normally, Sprite does a good job. Coca-Cola takes longer, but they didn't have Sprite, or at least I couldn't really see colors. My sugar was low, so I go do that, handle my business. When I go handle my business, I get some water. When I come back, there's a bunch of like spring break college students, whatever. These niggas order like an $80 pizza. Niggas left me like 2 slices. If I wanted to buy this pizza, I couldn't afford it. If anything else happened differently, I would not have sat here and saw the pizza, made a comment about it, humbled myself, and when they left, they said, here. You know what that is? Power of God. Am I blessed to be in a position of privilege and power? 100%. I humbled myself. The lady that gave me the pizza, when I was sitting on the other side, she waved at me. She passed by me several times. Said, what's up? She looked out for me. She gave me the pizza because the people left the pizza on the table. And when she came, I said, please don't throw it away. I'm Jewish against my religion. Let me have it. Just take out the trash and let me eat the pizza. It was a slice. The rest was like crust, cheesy bread, and shit like that. That's what I'm eating right now. I had to humble myself and trust God in the process. This goes out to you, player. Came in, took a look, left me a like. You thought I did this for you. This is for you. You know exactly who you are. That same person that came in on the live without a VPN, like a rookie, doesn't know about all the people that are watching this right now. That was the first person today I had to teach about God. Not because I wanted to, not because of this or that, not because of my own strength. You know what I mean? Because of the power of God. Simple as that. What must I go through to show you shit is real? On the song Get At Me, God, that's what DMX is talking about. What must I go through for you to understand I am that I am? If God created me in his own image, gave me an opportunity to pursue my dreams, who am I to say, nah, God, you know what? These dreams you put in my heart, let me just give up on them. Let me satisfy all of the people that gave up on their dreams so that they can feel the comfort zone of being away from my light. I have to dim my light so that they can feel relevant. So I made it a point. This journey has just begun. Statistically, I'm probably going to be here a few weeks if I don't get locked up in the process. Waiting. My flight was supposed to leave at 6 in the morning. Flight has been changed. It may leave the day after at 6 in the morning. That means I will have no choice but to break night consecutively, consistently here. To power up, it's going to take time. I don't have the super fast charger. I got a fast charger, but not the super charger. That's the power of God. Now, the homie that denied me the cup of water, that then gave me a cup of ice, I'm going to have to go back to that person and ask them for another cup of ice so that I can go back to the restroom and fill it with water because my sugar is extremely low. After having so many arguments, um, it increased my blood pressure and my heart rate. And as soon as I ate, my body started metabolizing the sugars as if going through my system just to fight for the sugars. And that process requires that you have fluids in the system. So what do I need to do? I need to drink a lot of water right now. And that's because I've been deprived of water for, you know, over 72 hours. Again, military mindset. So it's putting my body in a fight or flight survival mode at the end of the day, you know? And just hit it out, baby. That's my son. The power of God. It's a new beginning in my life. All the people that needed to be out of my life are out of my life. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I'll go on a new journey, new adventure. Got one more pit stop, one more business trip. I'll be there early in the morning so I can take care of that and go on about my business. There's two different options. We'll see what God decides. Whatever God decides, I will respect, and that's it. Just like this entire trip, right? It was a business trip, but some family stuff too. Everything was designed to hurt me. Everything was designed to break my heart. Everything was designed to destroy me. And all it did was make me better, make me a better person, gave me newfound insight. This may be some big words from my number one fans, but everybody else that's here on the forum fully understands where I'm coming from. What did it have to take? What was so complicated that I couldn't humble myself and receive what God just gave me? Half of a piece of pizza, maybe 4 or 5 crusts, so together about another slice, you know, is the reality. It is the reality. But at the end of the day, what can you do? But keep praying. Everybody's been trying to call me. Oh, did you know this? Did you know that? I don't know. Don't worry about it. You had your theory, right? Your theory was right, right? I proved you wrong without trying, right? That's the power of God. So, as a God fearing man, it's my responsibility to share that. You know what I mean? With those people. You never know how much energy something has until it's released. You know? It's a shame, man. But all at the same time, I thank God for the opportunity, you know what I mean? To humbly accept, all of the blessings, you know what I'm saying, in my life. Even this moment of clarity, just being able to break this down, you know, facing the toughest challenges in my life. At the same time, the biggest blessings are what I'm working towards every single year. And this is only the beginning. So let's move on to the next phase because when God speaks, I listen. I pray to God. I said, God, you know what? Get me out of here. Many years ago, I give my whole life to you. And I did. I'm humble and I'm grateful and I'm appreciative. You know what I mean? This has been an amazing experience. Again, God didn't have to give it to me. You know, if I have to suffer, I'm going to suffer. If I have to cry, I'm going to cry. If I have to smile, I'm going to smile. But I'm going to watch the whole movie. I'm going to be here for the whole thing. I'm ready. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't scared of nothing. No fear in my heart. I walk with God, you know what I mean? In everything that I do, all the time. Humble enough to ask for help, to receive it. People go through life thinking they got everything figured out, and they don't. We plan shit, God laughs, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it is what it is, you know? So I don't mind telling the lady, yo, I'm diabetic and humble myself, you know what I'm saying? People look at the situation, they're like, yo, what it look like, you know what I mean? Let me ask the gentleman, see what he says. Me da un poquito más de hielo, por favor. Gracias. Que yo soy diabético, yo voy a buscar agua y gracias. So, you know what I mean? Each one teach one, right? So, that's what I'm trying to do, is teach one, you know what I mean? Gracias, primo. Dios lo bendiga. Con permiso. You know what I mean? Yo, at the end of the day, it is what it is, kid. Walking trilling there. And God will humble the best of them. You know how many times I had to humble myself and get on my knees and just fucking pray and ask God to help me every step of the way, every step of the process. All this shit was designed to destroy me. But God revealed many, many things to me throughout this process. And all I could do is be grateful. Take everything a day at a time, you know what I mean? So this is the beginning of this journey. It's the beginning of another one. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. See if I can pull this off. I don't know how I made it work. Look at that. Humble to myself. Not worried about nothing. All the little gear that I had, I gave it away to some of my peoples. I know that it's not much, you know what I mean? It ain't much for me, but I know it will go a long way to help another person. So why not humble myself and say, you know what, God, I know I don't have much as a Jewish man of faith, but don't worry about it. You know why? Because it's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's gonna be all right. We'll just relocate here. You know, we'll get closer to our final destination. You know what I mean? And it'll be a bonus because strategically thinking, when I get to the internet cafe, what I'll do is I'll get another cup of water. Nothing wrong with being humble, yo. Being down to earth. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular person, just like you, in the pursuit of happiness, trying to make shit work, trying to figure shit out, going through mad shit. Some things I understand, some things I don't. As an engineer, as a lawyer, as a book author, as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a doctor, a PhD, a psychologist. I know it bothers those among us in the peanut gallery, but everybody else understands. It's not easy to do what I do every day. You think this is easy? You think it's easy to give your life to God and do it the right way? And everything gets even worse. When I fucking left the streets, my life got worse. But I knew who wanted to keep me in the streets and I know who wanted me out of the streets. So I knew it was going to be hard. I knew it was going to be a challenge. And I was up for the challenge. I knew that people was not going to understand. I should have my glasses. I don't have them. You know why? Because I gave them away to somebody that was trying to rob me. The power of God walked through the mouth of the lion and made it. They didn't have to whoop nobody's ass. They didn't have to catch a charge. They didn't have to go to jail. Gave him a tip and an autograph. God bless you. The power of God. My family is full of evil people. And you know what I told one of my relatives who's watching this? Eventually, he'll tune in now. He'll watch it in his own way. I was able to tell him, listen, I'm always going to love you, never going to disrespect you, never going to dishonor you, never going to judge you, never going to turn my back on you. I got you. Whether you want to accept it or not, I'm working on a lot of things. And as soon as God gives me the blessings, you're going to be all right, kid. Just stay alive, live so that the family has memories of how your life changed before it's all over. Legacy, something I've spoken to my uncle before about. Legacy is important. It's never too late. It's never too difficult. It's never too hard if you try. You could give up on me. I'm not going to give up on you. Everybody in my family turned their backs on this person. I say, yo, I'm not going to give up on you because I understand your disease. And I know that you need those chemicals to function. I'm not going to accept the fucking abuse, right? I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to give you tough love, but it's love nonetheless. As I left behind just a little bit of my love to every person as best as I could, to my best capacity or my best ability, you know? And even though at the Starbucks I asked for 2 cups of water, I'm most likely going to have to ask for another one. And I'll be scrutinized and I'll be judged, and people will think to themselves, damn, why is this person not buying this or doing that? I don't have to fit into the mold. Maybe I'm allergic to coffee. Maybe I'm just broke. Maybe I'm just poor. Maybe God didn't give me that opportunity. Yet it does because God gave me a chance to have this conversation. So I'm going to make it a point to not only do engineering series throughout this journey, I'm going to make it a point to have a lot of these moments of reflection. I have to remove this so I'm not straining my voice. I did a full rehearsal today in the middle of the streets for all of the people. Sadly, God made it to where I didn't have equipment. He gave the blessing to a few group of people to steal from me and do some hurtful, harmful, malicious shit. And I winded up having to fucking perform with nothing. But for every person that passed up and down the street that I was able to wave, give a peace sign to, tell them God bless you, tell them the people that I love them, it was all worth it. It was worth being in the sun, dehydrated. It was worth going through, hello, going through the embarrassment. Some people will call it embarrassment. Me, I don't care. I'm a true artist, so that's nothing. But I perform for millions of people on earth, and I'm going to continue to perform for people on earth forever, whether it's with my music or any type of my entertainment. But it's a humbling thing, man. See, you get to a point in life where you can hear the music, you can hear the birds. I can see the trees swinging, moving left and right. I spoke to every tree, every bird on my way here. And when I got here, I can hear this bossa nova jazz, my favorite. Yesterday we were doing it live. I heard some Mozart. Amazing. Not afraid. If it's my time to suffer, I'm gonna suffer. And I'm gonna come back stronger. It don't matter how many times you see me crying. It don't matter how many times you see me down and out. I'm always gonna come back stronger. And you're always gonna ask yourself, how the fuck does he do it? And I'm gonna tell you what the secret is. Don't tell nobody. The power of God. In the end, God wins. Checkmate. What belongs to me, no man can keep. Not because of my strength or my beautiful smile, but because of my faith and the love that I have in my heart for God. And that's something most people would never know, they would never understand. This trip has been a spiritual enlightening, an enlightenment, a moment of clarity. Look at all these people. God gave me all these people. God gave me all these opportunities. He gave it all to me. Look at the amazing opportunity God gave me. I could go out there, call somebody, yo, send me $3, cash that shit out, get back on the motorcycle, and go right back where I came from and wait, praying every step of the way and be happy, enjoy it. So many things were supposed to be destroying me, hurting me, feel bad. This went bad, this didn't work out, this, that. Everybody scared? I got the whole Dominican Republic scared. Music business people, thank you for the meetings. I had 3 meetings, by the way. Not enough money. Oh well, try again in a few months. People in the music industry, my whole family, friends, colleagues, everybody was like, no, don't give him a chance. And God is like, yo, you learned the lesson. I provided clarity. You see what's really there. These are the people that you were trying to help. I had to show you who these people were. These people can't go to the promised land of milk and honey. These people cannot go to the promised land of milk and honey. Grateful. If there was one recurring theme, it's a theme of appreciation and expressing how grateful I am for everything. Now, I am joining that utopia, that nirvana of peace and calm and being collective, being one with the universe, fully understanding that. It's an amazing thing. This is one of the best moments of my life because it's so liberating, right? It's something that freed me from so many things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really needed this. I needed to hear that. I needed to be attacked and be abused and be verbally assaulted and all that. I needed all that shit. With everything that I'm going through, man, prayers answered, prayers received, confirmation. My life is a living testament. My life is living proof of believing in the one true God. I don't know who the fuck you believe in. I don't know how you live your life, but I know how I live mine. And to each his own. God bless you. You know what I mean? Whatever makes you happy, man. Some people got to use drugs. Some people got to be alcoholics. Some people have to be destroyers. Some people have to be abusers. Some people have to propagate the neglect that was propagated to them. Never understanding and figuring out that there is a salvation, there is a better way, and you don't have to, try to harm anybody. Especially, you don't have to feel threatened when you see somebody positive. Why don't you get to know that person? Ask, find out, how was this person able to find peace? I had to find a lot of peace within myself, in my life, with everything. I had to be humble. I had to be grateful. I had to be appreciative. You know, I had to have moments like this in my life where shit doesn't make sense, where things are not the same. Most walking shoes are not made for long distances, but they look really nice. Then there's some shoes that are made to go the entire distance. This is very humbling. Today, while I was walking, I saw um, a village person with the Russian shoes, the shits that you see a lot of, like in places like China back in the days. In this country, back in the days, when you saw kids with that, you knew that they came from extreme poverty, maybe even from overseas or from different countries. And God made it to where I at least had to see that. Humble yourself. You know what I mean? Humble yourself. It's gonna be all right. Circle of life is complete. Lesson well learned. I am very grateful. You know, my blood pressure is still a little wild. My heart's fluctuating. Can't be arguing like that. Can't be getting upset. But it was liberating. I had to say a few things to some relatives that I had to convey. And again, those are the people that were in the live immediately because they're hypocrites. That's how they are. That's what they do. They will pretend to care about you, and at every opportunity that they get, they will basically reveal themselves to be truly who they are. But nobody owes you love. Nobody owes you understanding. God doesn't owe you that. Nobody owes me that. Nobody owes nobody anything in life. You know what I mean? It's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to have these emotions and go through all this shit. We don't always understand it, but it's okay. I'm able to humble myself and walk amongst my people because I'm just like them. You know, all this shit for me is inspiration, is motivation, is determination, it's a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's a famous baseball player, by the way, with his wife and daughters. Everything that glitters ain't gold, man. That's the richest, happiest man in the world right there. Show me mad love. I got to eat right next to them. I think he plays for the Cardinals, St. Louis. I recognize him. I don't know the name off the top of my head. So many beautiful women, yo. You know, the body styles now is not like Playboy sexy. Right now, what's in style is the Jessica Rabbits. Right. Yo, the kids love me, yo. Everywhere I go, the babies love me, yo. They be waving at me. Like, aren't you that rapper guy? You're creating your content. Is this your vlog? People love me. I gotta dress down so they don't see. I look on stage. Y'all know when I get on stage, baby, I'll be on some Michael Jackson Prince shit, nigga. I wish I had my glasses. You know, my eyes are very sensitive. A lot of blue light hits my eyes. You know what I mean? But hopefully, the guy learned his lesson. Like, damn, B, I was about to cut the blessing. God put it in my hands. Name, paid for my services, gave me a tip, gave me an autograph, and gave me a pair of glasses, and showed me love, and showed me grace, and showed me mercy. Power of God, baby. You know, I really needed this moment in my life, man, and I'm very grateful. I think we have an open chair. Let's see if we could jump on it, okay? Let's see if God gives us the opportunity because if we're close enough, we'll be able to power in. And if we could power in, we'll be Gucci Landia, baby. Now we need to secure power because when we go live, it could eat the battery, you know what I mean? So now here's my strategy. I have ice in my cup and that'll melt over time. It's a different type of ice. It's made for liquor. So it's kind of made like the Russian ice, but it's a little bit different. Whereas at the Starbucks, it's a little bit different. So I'm gonna sit down, try to secure my seat, try to secure power, and eat my little ice, wait for a little bit, wait for the shift change, and then boom, shakalaka, boom. Oh, I got power right there. Excuse me, ma'am, is somebody sitting here? No, thank you, mother. I'm gonna set up right here. You take off this headset. I got the power. Chickadee. I wanna rock right now. I'm not racing, I can't make it. Not international, but I'm known throughout the microphone. Takes two to takes two to make it. Takes two to make it out of sight. This is my love. I'm gonna go right over, okay? Alright? I'll be like, that's my cousin. All right. So we have secured power. Thank you, Heavenly Father. We're gonna be Gucci. Now we can continue because I'm gonna use my backpack as my little stand, and we could fire off the hip once again. So last time I left here, the boy was in tears. Matter of fact, I was getting ready to write another article for Future Sight Plus, and by the grace of God, we got the power. God is great. Yo, God is good. Oh, money flows to me abundantly and at all times in my sleep. Yo, the power of God. Guess who could buy a soda now? I might get me a Frappuccino, dog. I don't know what to do, man. Y'all want a Frappuccino? This is the power of God. Mind you, yo, I'm trying to tell you, be the power of God, yo. No worries, no nothing. Let me write a message to my boo-booski. You heard me? Let me write a message to my boo-booski. And mm, uh, mm. One second. All right. So I won't be unfaithful to y'all. So once again, power of God comes through. Logistics have been taken care of as we speak. How? I don't know. I was just like, yo, God, whatever you want it to be, God. Whatever you want it to be, however you want me to do it, that's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna let you take the lead. I'll be the passenger. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna chill. I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna attract it. I'm gonna let it come to me. And you have to find the joy and the happiness in the little things. Do you know how much happiness I found in my heart? If I would have performed for more people, I wouldn't be as happy. All the moments, you know what I mean? I found my real dad, confirmed it. From the heavenly realm, God was like, yo, that's your father. I said, God, you sure? God is like, yo, I got you, money. Love and family is not by blood all the time. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's biological, sometimes it's not. In a person's demeanor, the way that they treat you, a lot of clues can be found. And I just happen to be fasting and praying every day, meditation. You know, I knew that God was giving me an opportunity to say goodbye, and I did. And it has made all of the difference. I'm so thankful. I'm so appreciative. I'm so grateful. And if there's one thing this entire trip, all I've been saying is thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you, God. Thank you for letting me understand that so many things were designed and so many things were in a conspiracy to break my heart, break my spirit, break my soul, make me feel bad, anger me, you know, push me in one direction versus another direction. Now I return invigorated, stronger than ever, because I have closure in my heart. I don't care about all the things that these people are fighting for. I don't care about them. They're no longer important to me. Yet I'm appreciative and I'm grateful and I'm thankful and I'm everything all at the same time. All at the same time because it wasn't designed for it to be that way. It wasn't designed for me to understand. It wasn't designed for me to learn. I got to go back to my childhood home in the ruins that it is, in the plundered ruins that it's in. Like a person that has been stripped of their dignity, you know what I mean? And be able to say, it's going to be okay. This house, this temple, this sanctuary has moved on to a better place. You know, when I went to the property before, I could feel the spirits of my grandparents and my uncle. Not anymore. They have moved on. They got into heaven. The house was like saying goodbye. The birds were saying goodbye to me. The birds was like chirp, 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 chirp. You know, I'll be whistling to my birds. I collect birds, right? So the tree, oh man, that shit felt so good. I just told the tree, thank you. Then when I was driving here, I remember all of the trees as a kid. Like I could see different branches, how they've gotten bigger and stuff like that. The first time that I came back, it had been so many years. I was already like, wow, look at the difference. But it had been like 20 something years. Coming back in within the last year, I still see the growth. I was looking at the water. It's like I could taste the salt in the water. And I remember thinking to myself, this is the soul and the spirit of a warrior. Water like that makes you stronger, makes you faster. Our people in the, Triassic periods could fucking swim and fight with the sharks because the salt in the water kept them alert as they were swimming, either underwater or right above water where they could strike if they had man-made weapons. You know what I mean? This is the liberation power that an education gives you. Something so simple, something so subtle, finding the pizza. My boy that I put on the live for Instagram, I got to drink a coffee with him. The engineer for the property next to the one, well, the one I wanted, it's like the property that I was going to buy was sold. And it was sold to build a high rise. And that's exactly what I wanted to buy it for. And the price was so good, I would disagree that I would have gotten a better price last year and it would have been enough for me to buy it on my own and not need any business partners. But that was my mentality. So I appreciated that God showed me what the potential was and what it could be in the most subtlest way. I remember all of the people in the village coming out looking through the windows. They're like, man, he's rehearsing again. This guy's like fucking Rocky Balboa. Well, the guy that does the security and the engineer from the construction, they chill there with the mechanics that work in my uncle's shop. I got to drink a coffee with them. And when I went back to the coffee, to the pot, I asked my uncle, yo, there's a little bit of coffee. He's like, yeah, there's a little bit more. What a fucking blessing that is. When I left, I gave him my time machine so he could go back to the future. I gave him my bracelet, and that had been a gift from my brother last year. I gave him my Rolex, and he gave me his Timex. And I love it, man. I took care of it, traveled all over the world with it. I just came from 5 countries before I got here. And What a blessing because he appreciated it so much. When I was gonna leave, I put my hand through the gate. He was dozing off, right? You know, they got the shotgun in front of the property, right? So all the new cars, you know, everybody has their high-end luxury, nice cars and shit. When I extend my hands, you know, you got to be careful because all the gates are in the property. They're all electrified and they're active. That shit is electrified all day, every day. So I put my hand through the only little space and I just say, "Yo," got up, put the shotgun down, gave me a dap, took my shit off. I'm like, "Here, my son's bracelet, here, salute you." We never say goodbye. We always say, "See you later." You know what I mean? That shit is a beautiful moment, dog. And it felt so good. When I said bye to everybody at the shop, I took out the time to dedicate to every person. I called my boy from the Colmado. I already had blessed him with a few joints. I said, "Yo, this is everything I got. God bless you, yo. Whatever don't fit you, whatever you don't like, sell that shit, get your money for whatever you need." You know how happy I felt like 20, 30 minutes after I blessed him? Nigga threw the shit on, dude. I was like, that's my nigga, yo. Really appreciated that shit. I got more love from the people than I will ever get from my family. All the people. I don't care if it was the lady cooking, selling the fried foods, the guy with the fruits, the guy with the ice cream, the guy from the store. I needed that love in my soul. That shit made me so strong. I was so ready for the negotiations. I was so ready for the arguments. I was so ready for the battles because I already have filled my heart with so much love and so much understanding. And I was so grateful. And now I can literally leave first thing in the morning and go right back and get some more love. Get some more love. Probably have another day here if they change the flight again. Grateful, B. Happy, dog. Mad happy. Plus, I saw where the other direct bus, where it leaves from, is not that far. A few minutes. I could most definitely walk from the regular bus stop. Happy, content, complete, fulfilled. Just the fact that I don't have to go back to that place. That from here, I'm going straight to the lawyer, have a meeting, and I'm out. Worldwide tour. You know how good it's gonna feel for me to have performances right by my family. I'm gonna bring them tickets just so that they don't come. Here are your tickets. You wanna come? And we changed the show. Oh, it was raining. I'm tired. I'm busy that day. I have plans. Give them to somebody else. Cost you nothing. You have no idea what that message and who that message is from did for my life. Power of God. What's the secret to my success? I'm telling you, I was supposed to be angry, hurt, upset, frustrated, in pain, distraught, heartbroken, disappointed. None of that shit. Blessed, highly favored, rejuvenated, reinvigorated, revitalized, more focused. I sharpened up all my motherfucking swords, going to Jerusalem, going to Mecca, going to the Walk of Fire from China, Japan. Hmm. How you like them apples? The power of God. All these people scrambling. How did he do it? How is it possible? I guess you got to pray to find out. I think you got to humble yourself. Get on your knees like I do, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. My blood pressure is balancing out. My glucose is balancing out. That means my body's metabolizing. So I'm still going to need more water. I don't know if I should get a frappuccino now. I'm probably going to wait till later so that I can work throughout the night. I have like two or three articles I haven't published for the magazine, and I have way more content to create. Huh? Oh my God! Thank you, my love. When I hit the lottery, I'm gonna buy you some pizza. I promise you. Thank you so much. God bless your soul, my love. That's my favorite color too. That's what's up. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? Then the blessings just keep on multiplying, dog. Look at this. Look at this, baby. Let me see. Maybe we can put it like this and just adjust it. Will that work? We'll see if that works. Oh man, look at that. Y'all get to see the elevator. Y'all remember that Looney Tunes cartoon with the baby Daffy? He's like elevator go up, elevator go down the hall. Oh shit. It's an amazing thing. Well, I want to take this moment to say thank you to all of you for joining me on this journey. There's so much to reflect on. There's so much work to be done. I'm just getting started. I thought I would be doing a vlog based on the music shit. Nope. Not gonna happen, Captain. It's not important. That shit is irrelevant. I get to charge. I got the internet. Um, as long as I keep my body with sugar, I'm good. I don't need no insulin. I do need to drink more water, but later I'm gonna buy me a frappuccino, which has a lot of sugar and it has caffeine. But I'm gonna ask for more water so that my body can keep metabolizing and balance out because that coffee is gonna hit me like 3, 4 hours from now. It's gonna give me the boost that I need, and then I should be good minimum until tomorrow morning. But I'm grateful. You know, I actually see like two or three of the people in the staff that were here when I came the last time. So that shows a lot of growth. It shows a lot of stability, not only for the economy, but for the local people here. And they really know their stuff. And it may not seem that way, but they remember your face. They remember your name because they remember mine. And I haven't been here in a minute. But it's an amazing thing, man. At the end of the day, V, it's an amazing thing. I forgot to tell the lady too. Yellow in this country means she's ready for marriage. So I have to ask her, are you married? If you're not, if you had a lot of people, macking to you, is because that's what the color represents here. But it's everything, man. As a kid, this place was completely different. I remember where the bank is, there used to be a store, and that store used to sell Matchbox. I'm a Hot Wheels collector, but I like some Matchbox cars. And I remember every time we came to the airport, I would say, "Leave me right here," just so I could look through the window and admire the cars. Now I have collections, climate controlled. I stack them the same way, baby. You know what I mean? Wait till wait till we get to Japan. I'm about to show y'all some real nice joints. And for automotive, shout out to the ZR1, man. Press cars is out. I'm gonna be like the last person to drive it, but I don't care. I don't care if I drive it 6 months from now. But in one of those GM events, Oh man, I'm for sure gonna be on the track with that ZR1. The car's crazy, and it's safe to ask the universe. You know, if God would give me the blessing, I want one. God, I don't know about yellow, but yellow is so nice. I might go with the neon green. I don't know. I know those are all new colors, but again, very humbling, very amazing opportunity. The weed out here, that shit is haraka like a motherfucker. Ain't no Cali bud out here. You crazy dog. Ain't nothing like no fucking California shit, my nigga. But for DR, it's not bad. I'm hoping probably in the resorts you could probably get some better bud, but that shit is like a very refined haraka. Very refined haraka. So here you got to get you a little or something like that, and then burn it down, and then when that mellows out, then you'll feel nice. I still feel nice, you know what I mean? I got the natural high, you know. I can only smoke indica. I can't smoke no fucking sativa. And here they're not up on the indica game. You know what I mean? They got to work on their indica game. But it's an amazing thing, man. Again, I'm very humbled, very appreciative, very grateful. I want God to know how appreciative I am for this whole experience. Everybody that I love, everybody that I care for. Thank all of you for being a part of my life. You know what I mean? I really greatly appreciate it. That will always go with me in my heart, in my mind, in my body, in my soul, in my spirit, always. Every prayer, every blessing, every opportunity, every time I can help somebody else, that's all I think about. A lot was poured into my heart. So, that's my whole thing. That's what I want to do. That's how I view the world. We could really go deep into how I viewed the world just yesterday, just last year. You know what I mean? My mom is probably, you know, in deep thought, prayer, meditation. My brothers, they're trying to find their way in life and shit. I'm on my own journey. I'm taking the road less traveled by. You know what I mean? Life is different. Shit is different. I wish everybody the best. All I could do is pray. You know what I mean? That's all I could do is pray. I heard my voice a little bit, but it's okay. It'll get better with time. I'll just give it a rest. You know what I mean? But when I did the rehearsal today, I did all my alto, so I had the headphones completed. Which when I got here, automatically I was like, "Yo, gotta adjust my joints because I'm gonna harm my voice. I'm gonna hurt my voice." But you know what, too? Even though I cut down the performance and there's less songs, the beginning of my set, like the first half, it drains you, dude. It's hard because I got songs where I'm just hitting high notes, high notes, high notes. You know what I mean? And those little breaks in between are good for me. And then I try not to take more breaks in between, but I needed it because the stage is like 90 feet. So I was like walking from each side and I had to stop. And I'm like, I didn't even warm up before rehearsing. I was just like, yo, I got to rehearse. You know what I mean? Well, stuff like that. Stuff like that. One thing, when I left, I didn't tell my homegirl bye because she had a customer. I didn't want to interrupt her, but I was so happy I got to see the baby. Man, I got to see the baby, yo. So grateful for that. So everything. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. I chilled with the baby that day. The baby, definitely the highlight of my trip. I said, yo, little bit, I got you, dog. Got another nephew, B. Left and right, left and right. Even that is a blessing. Even that is a blessing. All I could do is pray, be appreciative, give thanks every moment, every opportunity, every day, all the time. God gives me a cup of water. I say thank you, Starbucks, for sponsoring today's episode. No worries, no complaints. I'm at peace. I feel like the closure finally set into my soul. So I believe I have conveyed everything I wanted to convey to you guys. I got some work to do, and I'm going to enjoy the content myself. So we'll be right back just that fast after these brief commercial messages. I love you all, but especially you and the peanut gallery. If these evil demons, right, only knew that they were fallen angels and they knew how much I loved and cared for them and that all I want is the best for them, they maybe they have an idea. Maybe they would change. Maybe they would really understand. But I'm going to continue to pray because I'm not going to give up on the peanut gallery of my family. I love all of you. You know what I'm going to do when I come back with the psychology series? I'm going to break down the psychosis of every person in my family. I'm going to give you the diagnosis. Then what we're going to do is we're going to let the public figure out. For my students, I'm going to let them pick the module that best fits their psychological profile. Then I know they're going to watch it in secret. Even if they watch it tonight or if they watch it tomorrow, they're going to watch it. If they're not watching it with the VPN, how the rest of all of us are. One moment could change your life or it could stay the same. You don't know how much energy it has until it's released, right? Papa Bear is smarter than the average bear. My mama didn't raise no fool. If dreams come true, we should all be pursuing our dreams, right? Every day I'm pursuing my dreams. How about you? How's your life not pursuing your dreams? I'm fucking happy. This journey is not just about the destination. I'm enjoying the whole drive there. It's like driving a Porsche. You don't drive a Porsche to drive fast. You drive a Porsche to enjoy it. Like I was in the middle of the street rehearsing doing Lamborghini China. They were like, "What the fuck is that? Go do that shit in Asia." So they're like, "Yeah, I like that guy. He's a good guy. He's from Dominican, Puerto Rican. He does Lamborghini China. I like that. That's my favorite song." I'm motherfucking King Kong over there. See you in Japan, baby. I gotta go to Jerusalem first.